Good morning, students of class 10. You are welcome back to the classes now. We are doing history, and this is the next chapter, a new chapter, the nationalist movement in Indochina. Now, here it is Indochina. Why it is called Indochina? It is India and China. Why this area is called Indochina? And this Indochina comprising of Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam. These three countries. Initially there were three different countries. This area was called Indochina. And why it was called Indochina, I will tell you later on. Right now we'll learn about the nationalist movement in Indochina. So in this chapter, first we'll have an introduction. We will not start immediately. We'll talk about Indochina in general, in short. So introduction first, or you can say overview. There are 4 points, just 4 points I have written, not in detail, very short. Number 1, Vietnam gained independence in 1945. So they gained independence in 1945, and before India. So India achieved or gained her independence in 1947. So, but Vietnam gained independence during 1945. We'll talk about in detail. First we'll talk about independence only. But it took another 30 years. But it took another 30 years or 3 decades of fighting before the Republic of Vietnam was formed. What was the reason? So we'll talk everything in detail. So because there were numerous tribal people, tribes of people living in Vietnam. They gained the independence in 1945, but they fought among themselves. So before it took 30 years, 3 decades of fighting among themselves before the Republic of Vietnam was formed. So we'll talk in detail later on. Number 2, this chapter deals with the knitting together. Knitting together means combining together, weaving together, knitting together of a modern Vietnamese nation. That's why it took 30 years to form a modern Vietnamese Republic nation. Vietnamese nation that brought in the different communities. So many communities lived in Vietnam. In different regions, different communities. Most of the time they fought among themselves. So these Vietnamese nation that brought the different communities together was in part the result of colonization. You can see that there are 2 things happened. So many communities lived there in Vietnam. It was very easy for the colonizer to capture those areas. It was very easy for the colonizers, Europeans, to colonize that area because small portions, small areas ruled by different communities. So it was very easy for the colonizers to colonize that Vietnam. And later on, when the oppression by these Europeans was very too much, so naturally these communities, they combined together and they fought, they struggled, and it was the result of colonization. So you can see that colonization, it was some part, the result of colonization, because the colonization took place. That's why all the communities united to fight against the Europeans. But as importantly, it was shaped by the struggle against colonial domination. It was Vietnamese Republic was formed after 30 years of independence due to the oppressive nature of the colonization. They united together and they gained the freedom as well as they became united. So if we compare India and Vietnam during colonial period, many things you could see similarities as well as differences. and even the way people fought against the Europeans. Everything were, some parts were similar, some parts were different. So you can say if we compare India and Vietnam during colonial period, we will discover important differences as well as some similarities and the way colonial empire functions, the way in which colonial empires function. So, by looking at such similarities and differences, by looking at the differences and similarities that India and Vietnam they had, so and the struggle, not only similarities and differences, but also let us look at the struggle by the people to free their country from colonizers. The struggle by the natives, native means the people living in those countries. Suppose the people living in India, we are the native people of India. So the people living in Vietnam, they are called the native people, the original people of that country, that they are called natives. Suppose if anyone asks you where is your native place, so you will definitely say that my native place is my village, the name of the village you tell them. So native place. So you can see by looking at such similarities and differences, what happens, and the struggle by the natives of those people in Vietnam and in India, we can understand very clearly the variety of ways in which nationalism has developed. Variety of ways. In India also we have learned in our Indian history that various movements were organized, various ways and methods were adopted in order to fight against the colonizers. Similarly, variety of ways, methods in which nationalism has developed. To create sense of nationalism, various icons, various symbols were created. So similarly, it was in which nationalism has developed and shaped the contemporary world. Shaped the contemporary world. What does that mean? Contemporary means changing world. The world is changing day by day. The modern world is the result of the way they fought, the way they put their ideas during struggle, the way they invented or discovered various ideas or developed various ways, methods and ideas such as liberty, freedom of rights, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, not only that, rights and duties of the citizens. Various philosophers, thinkers and writers we have read in our previous chapter also, they have put up their ideas, philosophers, and that those ideas have shaped the contemporary world, the changing world. Now we are living in a modern world. It is because of their efforts, their ideas that have changed the world, and we are living in a modern world. So that is all about the introduction. Now we have not gone detailing. We will go later on in detail. So who was ruling that Vietnam? Who were the colonizers there? How they fought and struggled and won independence? Who were the communities they fought among themselves? Not only that, we'll talk about the similarities and differences of their struggle and what type of oppression, what type of oppressive nature those colonizers had. A lot of things we can learn about that in Indochina. So why it is called Indochina, that also I will explain. So in this way, how the contemporary world or the changing world has developed because of these different nationalist feelings and ideas they have brought among in front of us. So we'll talk about everything in detail, part by part. In our next video, we'll talk about emerging from the shadow of China. So here we'll start with 1.0 in the next video. Stop. Don't miss the video. If you miss the online classes, you will miss certain parts. So you should not miss. And you go through the book as well. So if you go through the book, certain things you will understand, certain things you will not understand. So it will be very difficult for you to go through properly. So that's why online classes you must go through it. So there I will explain everything. Certain things has to be mentioned. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for your watching. We'll meet in the next class.